there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made you you and made us us. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alex.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John. Yeah, we're rounding off Space Ghost Season 1 with Episode 9, Self-Help, and Episode 10, Gum Disease. We're right at the end of 94 now, so this is like October and November.
Yes.
Interesting collection of guests we got here.
Yeah.
It got contentious at points.
Particularly, yeah. I mean, is it Rich Hall in the preceding episode that's a little more kind of abrasive? And of course, Danny Bonaduce isn't known for being a well-measured.
And all Moltar wants is a kiss.
Almost yeah. Keeps headbutt. I love the joke of Moltar trying to kiss and then headbutting the screen. It's so stupid, but so funny.
It's also very clear that they're starting to get more comfortable manipulating these figures and pieces of animation. That's very fun.
Yeah, we see a lot more edits in this. Like Zorak becomes Flavor Flav for a brief second. He becomes Devo for another second. Everyone gets crowns at random moments.
The production budget's finally starting to, now that they're wrapping up the season, they know exactly how much money they have left to play with. So they're going to play with it.
Yeah, self-help just by the end devolves into chaos. We're actually getting the characters talking over each other a lot more now and stuff like that, which I thought was really interesting.
I think we mentioned this last week or maybe the week before, where it's at this point where, they're comfortable riffing. The interviews almost become secondary. The interviews are what bring them together, but they've already got their own conversations mapped out. They're like, oh, that's right. Dr. Joyce Brothers is right there, but let's talk about this.
We're continuing the thing of talk show parody a lot here because Joyce Brothers, who she rose to fame in 1955 when she won the $64,000 question, a game show, but became America's first pop psychologist, sort of established a lot of now accepted psychology things into sort of the pop culture realm. She was on everything. Yeah. So Jojo, when Zorak is listing off things she's been on, half of those weren't a joke. She has been on a load of different game shows. She was on talk shows all the time. Had a few quite famous moments where she basically talked with suicidal people live on air.
Wow.
A very interesting person. I would recommend reading up on her. It's sort of outside the scope, but I was like, oh, she's more interesting than I believe she would be from what the first read of her bio said.
Yes. Yeah, she's a bit of a personality. She's also probably of the people in these two episodes, the person who arguably comes off the best.
By a long shot.
I was really impressed with her, actually, because I really expected when she came in we'd have the same as that nutritionist from the first episode who clearly didn't get it. But she was just doing so well, riffing off Space Ghost, turning the conversation back on him. She felt, for a brief moment, I was like, wait, is she actually a comedian and this is a character she's playing? But no, she is a psychologist. She's just really funny.
Oh, yeah, that whole segment where it's I want to talk about you instead, Space Ghost. Your mask and this Space Ghost. I do have to throw this out here. It is so wild to hear the term schizo in a show these days.
Yeah.
What a crazy, you don't think about the evolution of language too much sometimes, but I don't think you could get away with saying that in a show like this anymore.
No, you couldn't at all. It's not the correct term for today, especially the DS, I can't remember what the acronym is, but that's changed the wording since then. DID, DSID, yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, but yeah, she did so well, and I loved how it led to Space Ghost's absolute breakdown by the end, where he's like, I could sing French really loud. It's
the Frere Jacques,
I've also got a chat.
All the characters trying to talk to each other while he's singing Frere Jacques louder and louder.
It's so well mixed as well. You could just hear him continually. It's great. Then Rich Hall was in. I love Rich Hall. I'm a big fan of his, actually. It's funny, a comedian who had this weird parallel career in the US and the UK. He did a lot of stuff in the UK. Did one of my favourite sitcoms ever, which is Rich Hall's Cattle Drive, where he gets a parking ticket in London and decides to become an Old West cowboy, but still in London. So it's just him riding around London on horseback. He's very good.
I love that. I love that.
It's a shame. I don't think it's ever been released on DVD or anything. It's very hard to find. But he also popularised the term sniglet, which is what Space Ghost kept asking him for which is an often humorous word made to describe something for which no dictionary word exists. He came up with the idea on a show called Not Necessarily the News. Yeah.
Accurate. Uh, I think of the guests on this episode, he's probably the one that pushes back the most on
Yeah.
the
He
format.
he seemed deeply unhappy to be there.
That is his gimmick, though. He's always
Okay.
been that kind of moody. That is his character. So this felt very in line with what I've seen Rich Hall do normally. It's very rare to see him happy.
See, it's interesting because like I have genuinely no idea who this human being is. Like this is seeing this episode as a child and seeing him now is all the context I have. So all I was thinking was like, man, this guy really hates doing this. This seems awful.
It was funny for me because for years I was never sure if Rich Hall was an American or not because I saw him on because he did all the British panel shows. So I always was kind of wondering if his gimmick was his character was American, same way like Mark Watson used to pretend to be Welsh. It wasn't until this I was like, oh, he actually is an American.
Man, that's kind of how I feel about Hugh Laurie. It's like when I found out that he was an American, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
All I knew Hugh Laurie for before that was Fry and Laurie, and then him playing Wooster in the Jeeves and Wooster TV series. So it's weird to him go from foppish to house.
Yeah, I mean it's a far cry from like his Blackadder roles,
It really is.
Well, look at all you guys being all cultured and shit.
I know. It was just kind of like, wait a minute. You used to run around with like Stephen Fry and Rowan Atkinson doing like period piece romps, and now you're like a serious like pseudo-sexual doctor person. Okay. All right.
Who sometimes acts like a JoJo character for no apparent reason.
Everybody is a JoJo character.
Yeah.
We also get another third guest who, like as is tradition, gets nothing.
Yeah.
That's Anna Radovikic, who was the first modern sex columnist. Effectively, she used to do a lot of relationship Dear Deirdre kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Did have a book that year called The Wild Girls Club: Tales from Below the Belt, which sounds like a book.
It certainly is a book.
I would have read the book for this if I wasn't busy looking up Danny Bonaduce.
Yeah, I guess do we want to talk about the actual season finale?
Yes, we can Bonaduce. So I'm going to be honest, I had no idea what the Partridge Family was. I was watching this with someone else who is more au fait with this, and they basically went, so you know that episode of The Simpsons where they do the behind the music thing and they replace Lisa with a bear? Like, yes, that's what they're taking the piss out of in that episode. It's like, oh, that makes more sense.
You never heard the song "Come On, Get Happy"?
I've heard that, but I didn't know that was like linked to this. I thought that was a different Partridge Family.
That's crazy to me. Like,
Yeah, David Cassidy.
David Cassidy.
Well,
he was unhappy. Not about the show, just in general.
I think he's just an unhappy man.
I mean, I get why. Like, like all things considered. Like,
I'm picking up the Partridge Family wasn't good for people who were in it. It seems to be like this trail of sadness running through American television.
I mean, the interesting thing, Partridge Family wise, at the very least, is that the Partridge Family comes out of such a specific time in America's like media history where people were just like abusing their children to make them into like these singing groups, and that is a long and storied American tradition. But like the Partridge Family managed to hide it for an extremely long time, and when they became adults, they went on to explain a lot of what was going on there. But it still goes on today. Like it is very much an American tradition to exploit your children.
Yeah, the Partridge Family was basically like, what if we made a show that was a ripoff of the Brady Bunch, but also not as good, and the behind the scenes stories are somehow worse. That's
like
the story.
way worse.
It's depressing, yeah. So, Bonaduce apparently, I read this about like radio personality, actor, television personality, and professional wrestler.
Yeah, there was a period.
Yeah, he appeared on radio in Chicago. He wrestled twice, I could find, in '94. So this year, like a couple of months before, he appeared on WCW Spring Stampede, wrestling Brady Bunch's Christopher Knight, which he won. But apparently the match was never broadcast, so that's...
He also boxed Brady Bunch's Greg Williams, and Greg Williams is like was like a 50 or 60 something year old man, and Bonaduce just beat the shit out of him.
I was about to bring that up. He mentions his dream is to punch out Donny Osmond. He got the chance. He had a boxing match with him like quite a few years after this.
Osmond
And
as well? Okay, fair
yeah,
enough.
he beat Donny Osmond, but at that point, I think Donny Osmond may have been in his 60s. Basically, he walked so Logan Paul's boxing career can no, Jake Paul's boxing career can run. Just
They're
beat
the
up the
same
elderly.
guy twice. They're the same guy. No one's ever
I
going to convince me that there are two Paul brothers. It's the same guy.
I'm old. There is one YouTuber, and it's that guy who made the "I'm going to the zoo" video. After that, they're all the same. It's fine.
It's all the same blonde kid. Like, that's all I know. But
Back in my day, we used to have proper entertainment, like the Partridge Family.
the Partridge Family, we were abusing our children for more money. But
Yeah.
no,
we-
like,
Yeah.
Also, I want
wow.
to point out the thing they do mention here, Danny Bonaduce's trouble, are a thing. He did get arrested twice.
Yes.
On March 9th, 1990, he was arrested while attempting to buy cocaine in Tona Beach. This is especially funny because he was at the Tona Beach to hold an event for DARE, the anti-drug campaign.
Yep, heard about that one.
And then in 91, he was arrested in Phoenix for beating and robbing a man. Well, beating and robbing a, I believe, transgender individual.
Oh.
Again, finding these old news stories is a bit difficult. But he did plead guilty, had to pay the medical bills. It was quite bad.
Yes,
There-
yeah, one would imagine.
There's something about those childhood star crash outs that are just very intense crash outs.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bonaduce appearing on Space Ghost Coast to Coast, especially in its first season, it almost feels like an inevitability.
Yeah.
I mean, I
later
give him
season-
credit for letting them reference it. That's something. Like, it's more of a good sport than I was expecting.
I mean, later season, like Andy Dick at like the height of his drug problem shows up on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Like,
Yeah,
True.
yeah. It's we get a lot of interesting, colorful figures. But yeah, Bonaduce's there to play as acerbically as possible, and also Branford, who I kind of feel sorry for.
Branford Marcellus is having a day. Again, he was the Tonight Show band leader from 92 to 95.
Yeah, which
He
would
was-
have been like right around that like late night wars period.
Yeah, so we are sort of seeing that trend again. But yeah, Jay Leno is the focus of this interview. It's a shame because the album he's promoting here, Buckshot Lefonique, is actually really, really good. It's a really good jazz hip hop album. I recommend it.
He's a great musician.
He's a great musician. It's a shame that he didn't really get more time to shine here, but it's probably not it's not his format, let's put it that way.
That's a
Yeah.
fair assessment.
that is a very fair assessment.
To be
Do
fair,
we
though,
want
at least
to
this
talk
doesn't
about,
crash out as badly as the other ones where it wasn't their format. They do hold it together and get a few decent laughs out of it, so that's something.
do we want to mention the odd fact and kind of indicative of its time fact? Space Ghost is playing Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
Yeah, this episode was sponsored by Sega,
There you
which
go.
is weird because they don't have it anywhere else, and they put him next to Danny Bonaduce, which is like you'd think you'd put him next to sorry, Danny, the more famous people. But yeah, it's a weird thing to pay money for. This episode's also weird because of licensing issues. It isn't on the DVDs for many years. It was left off. It appeared on iTunes and HBO Max.
Yeah,
Huh.
it is on the if you're like me and you watch these episodes on Fandango at home, it is available on the Fandango at home release with the Sonic the 3 footage
Oh.
intact.
Sonic the 3. That's the Sonic
Sonic
Blackadder
the
spin-off.
I know it's like 9 in the morning or 8 in the morning, and I mean, for those wondering why I'm not in my usual like David Bowie decorated man cave, it's because I'm in, and why it's bright and sunny as opposed to the usual vampire lair I've got. I'm in like Korea right now.
You know, Sam's too good for us. So Sam left the country.
He was worried what we were going to say about these guests, so he's fled to avoid being sued already.
Yeah, I went to the other side of the earth.
Sam is currently afraid that Danny Bonaduce is looking to box him.
And
Yeah,
Bonaduce wants
yeah.
to know your location.
Yeah,
Danny Bonaduce wants to know your location.
he needs to
Hashtag.
get past South Korean customs to do it. I'll be okay.
Do you think Danny Bonaduce is allowed in South Korea?
I don't
they
know.
police-
Beat up
do they-
any like
Police assault charges because
drug charges might be, especially in East Asia, like
oh
Yeah.
yes.
and kind of rough. Kind of strict
That's
stuff.
rough, buddy.
Yeah. So,
I know that because I had once, random story, I once brought a book of Malaysian to English translations, like for tourists. I found a bookstore, and one of the phrases it told you to learn was, in Malaysia, importing drugs will get you hanged. It's like,
that's
that's an important phrase I need to know. Thank you.
that is also
Hello.
true.
Thank you. No. Where is the bathroom? In Malaysia, having drugs will get you hanged.
Yeah.
Thank you, phrase
Like
book.
number 6.
It's I wonder if the sponsorship episode helps, obviously the show tinker with the animation more. The fact that they got that Sega of America money to to make the effectively the season finale. They're like, we'll tack it on the end.
It
We'll have
brought
to
the
include some footage. Yeah.
it brought the video toaster package for Moltar's bubble effect when he sneezes.
Yeah.
That bubble effect was great.
Oh, I love the ending where they break the glass and then they just have them all flying around by just moving the frames. It's like, so cheap but so funny.
Yeah, yeah. Sega probably was like, how much will this episode cost? They're like $3,000. Like, oh, okay.
They're just like reaching into their pocket and throwing like some lint and some dollar bills at them, being like, here,
Yeah.
go, fetch.
Yeah. Why didn't
We're at the
yeah,
height of our
they had like
popularity.
a check with a higher number written, and as soon as they hear that, they quietly cross it out and write the new number.
Hey, in the 1990s, that $3,000 could get you a lot of stuff.
It could get you like 10 or no, not even 10. It could get you 4 3DOs. Everyone's favorite console.
Everyone's favorite console.
But
The
we all love the
3DO.
3DO.
Get like 2 Famicoms. Like
Yeah, yeah. Because the 3DO, even in like this time period, like 1994, um, when it launched, it was like $700 in
Yeah.
1994 dollars.
and in
So
1994, the dollar actually stretched.
I
Like
remember, yeah, I remember in 2006 when people were complaining about the PS4 premium launch prices being $700. I was like, buddy, you didn't live through the 3DO years or the Atari Jaguar years. We have you beat.
It's,
nah, not even a question. But
it is funny that we're seeing Sonic in this episode because like Sonic was like 90. If you tell me like 1994, I probably would say Sonic because he was. I'm not sure if this was the thing you guys had, but he was everywhere.
oh yeah, no,
They
like
were slapping a Sonic on everything.
Sonic, and I truly believe this. So follow me on my thesis statement. This is so off topic. Sonic the Hedgehog is singularly the most 90s thing that was ever created. I truly believe that Sonic the Hedgehog is the encapsulation. He's got an attitude, he's got his sneakers, he loves chili dogs. Like there's just something so 90s about Sonic the Hedgehog that you could put him on in front of one of those Dixie cups with like the green and the purple on it. Very 90s.
And like Sega, I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or 3 slash and Knuckles was
Slash and Knuckles.
yeah was they're standalone games. I own both.
Featuring the artist formerly known as Knuckles.
Yeah, yeah. If I was at
Hey,
home,
that's my
I
boy
would
right
hold up.
there.
If I was home, I would hold up both, but I'm on the other side of the planet, so I can't do that.
You have to go outside and get one.
Yeah, I'm not in Japan. But the uh Sonic the Hedgehog 3 slash and Knuckles was the first Sonic game since the original to take more than a single year to develop. That's
Hmm.
why partially why they have Sonic CD come out in 93. Um, so Sega was probably like, look, Sonic's back. Even Space Ghost is playing Sonic, and this old geezer doesn't know what a Sega Genesis is. And yeah, so yeah, Sonic was huge. Sonic was like on the flight to my layover, my plane kept looping Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie. So it wasn't one of those ones where you could choose your movie to watch. It was just like we're gonna broadcast something and it was just Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So I saw that dance sequence set to the Chemical Brothers with the 2 Jim Carreys like 3 times.
Oh
Ah,
man,
you're gonna see
you.
it when you close your eyes tonight.
It's
Yeah.
like that scene in Clockwork Orange when they have his eyes like pinned open.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Uh,
You will love it.
Definitely think it's that having that Sonic promotion here is sort of a little nod to where Space Ghost is sitting because Space Ghost is I would argue one of those adult shows that clearly is not aimed at adults. It's clearly aimed at teenagers who are wanting to feel mature a bit
yeah.
more. Like yeah, this so having that there makes perfect sense. Like because Sega were always their marketing was always like more edgy and more like oh we're
Yeah.
the cool brand versus Nintendo being family friendly. So
Yeah.
having Space Ghost to show you have to stay up late to watch, that's a little bit naughty, that your parents would probably chastise you for watching, is just where they'd want to be.
Oh, of
I
course.
I
Yeah.
do think too, just talking a little bit about like the edgy teenagerness of it, I do think that we're seeing like a lot of the start of the stoner edge of the comedy that Adult Swim is going to lean into, especially stuff with Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Squidbillies for the real stoners out there. Like
Yeah.
these two episodes to me really read as this is where like the stoner comedy edge of this is gonna come in, because I'm not gonna lie to you that like every now and then when I watch these episodes I do engage with the Kooky Kaiser and his criminal Kale, and
Good
it
album.
feels correct. It's a great album.
Yeah. The kind of album that'll get you banned in East Asia.
The kind of album that will get you banned in East
Only if
Asia.
you lick it, it's fine. Because the vinyl comes off. It's very
Only if you lick the Kooky Kaiser himself.
Yeah.
don't know. I just licked up to teeth like a normal Muppet fearing Christian. I will say it is amazing to think how far we've come in 10 episodes. As for Space Ghost, not us, we're regressing rapidly. Because like we found a structure, we dropped the structure, and now found a whole new structure. Because like we had the very sort of more talk show parody in those early pilots. That's kind of going away now into a more sketch show kind of feel. This does remind me a lot of the Fast Show, which was a British sketch show that again had these kind of very surrealist setups, would bounce around them very rapidly. It's like now more episodes are having framing devices, like Moltar being sick. We had a Banjo. Was that last week or the week before?
Banjo. I think that was last
Uh,
week.
I think yeah, it was last week because it was originally depending on what episode order you saw it, you either saw it 2 episodes ago for us or last week.
Yeah, my we had a thing with that. But yeah, I think we're now seeing like these structured episodes with stories coming in more often. And yeah, he's like the guests are taking more of a back seat, but they are sort of finding their niche a little bit more. I did look forward to sort of season two, and you see that really come in at the start of season two, where it's like this is less a talk show parody and more Space Ghost is the star now, and it's his
Yeah.
interactions with his cast members that are going to carry the show forward.
Which is odd because they start to get like bigger guests.
Yeah.
Within reason, of course. But yeah, it has been quite a kind of progression on it. I mean, we'll be back hopefully sooner rather than later with season two. Just to give everybody a break on the ghost. It
Yeah,
might be as long as there was a break between season one and season two of the series, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
About 3 months, I think, because it was November that this season ended. I want to say it was like February
It
95 that
it
the
was
show came
early.
out.
It was early the next year. They went straight into producing these, which is
Because they
Yeah.
can crank them out so quickly.
oh yeah, and you're seeing that now as well. Because note in all these episodes, we are now fully committed to the guests are acknowledging every member of the Space Ghost band. They're acknowledging Moltar. They're acknowledging things that are happening visually, which obviously they can't see. So we've clearly got to the point where we can show guests early footage to be like, look, these are the guys you're working with. This is what's happening. Make sure to sort of chat with all of the characters.
Yeah. If this person talks to you, he's like Moltar now. If he's talking to you, this one's Zorak. He's the praying mantis slash
Locust.
locust that we called him for the first half of the season.
And
Yeah.
they even reference that with the self-help lady whose name I have completely forgotten, where she calls him an evil locust. He's like, I am a mantis.
Dr. Joyce
Dr. Joyce
Brothers.
Brothers, for the record.
Dr. Joyce Brothers. Well, we've learned that locusts are only evil once every 7 years, and mantises are evil all the time.
I loved that joke. That was just such. Again, I was so. She is one of my most surprising guests. 'Cause I thought she was going to really have trouble, but she just like had lines like that. Like that's okay. You're just really good at this.
Oh, you've done this before, kind
Your
of, sort of,
psychology may be dated, but your comedy is on point, lady.
maybe.
Who
Yeah.
knew that psychology could lead into improv comedy so well?
I mean, that's what Freud did in his spare time.
Yeah.
Is that you're messing with me, right?
Yes, I am messing with you.
God, I'm so upset that you're messing with me because I want that to be real.
Oh, you didn't watch A Dangerous Method?
Uh, Actually, talking of her joke, I really loved the "Have you seen ink blots?" once in Dothan, Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know why. At least because having a place called Dolphin is inherently funny to me.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah, just the idea that they have those references like quick draw ready.
It's also funny because naming a place like Dauphin,
Dolphin.
Alabama, like
Yeah.
it's a very fun thing.
It sounds like what like a fantasy novel version of Florida would have. Like, yeah, you have Dolphin where all the dolphins live, and you have crabs where all the crabs live. We must head to Dolphin, Frodo,
Yes.
for the high quality gasoline.
Yes. Talk to the aquatic mammals.
I
Also,
would
that
like
episode
people from NASA.
does have again another hint of the structure with the drumming for Pearl Jam gag, which goes across two guests.
Yeah.
Because that was Rich lays that idea out. That's what we want to hear. Then when the final comedian comes on, Zorak makes that joke. So again, we are seeing that they are structuring things a bit more now and using having jokes jump across people. They found a groove.
I wonder how much they produced simultaneously. You know,
To be quite a few.
yeah. I mean, it certainly on a production standpoint, because it doesn't take that long to make an 11-minute episode with repurposed animation. Um, Not to mention yeah, I mean it kind of builds a sense of continuity. So yeah, you're on a tighter schedule probably. I don't know. It just feels like just as we're covering multiple episodes at once, they were probably producing batches of them at the same time.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, there definitely seems to be a thing of you'll see some episodes will use one shot an awful lot to
Yeah.
the point that I really do wonder if that's how you work out which episodes are produced together. In that we have this frame, so we're going to use it for all the episodes that need it. We're going to animate that now, then put it away. So now we're going to animate all the Zorak bits together. So rather than jumping between them,
Yeah. Yeah, all the Space Ghost stretches and close up turning to the camera is probably, you know.
I did just see if I could find a supercut of all the times he's done that this season, but I couldn't find one, and I don't have the time or energy to make it.
Come on,
At
YouTube.
some point, we're gonna need that supercut. Like that's gonna be
Yeah.
important.
The space stretch supercut.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, these are two really good episodes. Again, it's amazing how this is now feeling like the Space Ghost I remember, even though I didn't see much of season one. This feels like we're that in that kind of Space Ghost is a comedy show now, and the jokes are landing,
Yeah.
even when you don't know who the guests are.
It's like I say, at this point, the guests are almost secondary. They're just
Yeah.
riffing, and there happens to be somebody else, you know, to their sometimes chagrin present for all of the nonsense. That's the
But it
show.
seems that everybody's having a good time, with the exception of some people.
Yeah, it's the ones that don't have a good time, like the Jerky Boys, are like always notable.
Yeah.
That because as we're reaching the end of the season, who is your worst guest and why is it the Jerky Boys?
Yeah,
It's your worst guest and
yeah.
why is it the jerky
yeah,
boy?
bullseye.
To be fair, I don't think they were the worst.
Really?
I do think the dietitian from Judy Tenuta was the one who failed the hardest. But I give her credit for being on the second episode, so presumably not knowing the format.
Yeah.
Like Judy Tenuta was a bad guest in a rough period. Jerky Boys had kind of got a format, and everyone else was doing fine. So you should probably be better at this by now, lads.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody should be better at this, it should be you.
Yeah, yeah. I just like how even Space Ghost was just after that one was like not one of my best interviews.
Not one of my
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. You're right,
Yeah.
Mr. Ghost.
Any
We agree with the
before we
ratings.
wrap up? Do we have any final thoughts? And who is your best guest of season one?
Oh, one, it's been really good revisiting Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I haven't seen full episodes in a very long time before this. Um, my favorite guest, and it really evokes an era for me, this kind of warm, comfortable, familiar era of television. Favorite guest is probably Weird Al. Probably for this season is probably Weird Al.
Yeah, so I don't think I've ever sort of really done a complete end-to-end rewatch of Space Ghost like this. This has just been really nice to go back to a show that I loved. Yeah, for me, the best guest was either going to be Weird Al or Rich Hall, just because those are two guys I know from elsewhere, so it's cool seeing them in this environment. Especially because Rich Hall was a big influence on how I approach comedy, so seeing him here is like, oh, that's really cool. And yeah, it's just nice to see Al. I just like seeing Al. I'll watch Al do anything.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Like it's been a long, long time since I've watched full episodes of Space Ghost. I always had like a very strong, warm, fuzzy feeling for Space Ghost. And so watching these has been really nice. It's actually been really comfortable. Like obviously we're gonna keep watching it. And for me, honestly, Adam West is probably my favorite. Like
Yeah.
he had the stage presence, he had the panache, he pushed back in just the right amount. Like that was my vibe. But that does mean that we have pulled into our final destination, Toonami Faithful. That's right, it is time to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. And next week, we're going to get started on a different Western show. I don't know if we're going to give you a little preview. I don't think we will, but I'm very excited about it.
It
But
does involve
once
mantises.
it does, it involves ants more than anything. But But once again, we've been your hosts. My name is Alyx,
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
and we'll see you next time. Bang.